What's up, guys? I just want to give you a quick review on the MVH Studios load cell mod for the G29 steering wheel. So, installation is fairly easy. Mine actually came shipped without a connector I needed, so I had to contact them again and get that shipped. It took another week, so I was out of iRacing for 2 weeks. Not a huge deal, but it is something you might want to look at, but nothing you can do about it. It is a small company. So here we go. So as you can see, that is the new version of the MVH load cell brake mod. So if I tap the brake, you see that LED comes on. I don't know really why, but when the pedal is all the way up, it doesn't... Let's get it back on. It doesn't always turn back off, and if I pull up on the pedal all the way, like I can just grasp onto it and pull it up, and it just barely comes off. It takes a lot of effort. So maybe the sensor doesn't fit 100% correctly to what it's supposed to, but it's not really relevant, is it? Because that little bit of movement is not really going to apply. Like if you leave it on like that the whole race, in game it doesn't register you're doing anything. I haven't had any problems with that, and that's really... So let's see if we can get turn back off. That's about half the weight of my foot where it activates. If I rest my whole foot, well, let me get my left foot on here so it feels more natural. So that's when I'm racing. Well, let me scoot forward. So when I'm racing, that's the weight of my whole foot. So if I fully rest, so if I fully rest my foot on the pedal, but I'm not putting any pressure down, the light's off. And I did have to adjust for that. That's something you have to do yourself. If I push any more than that, even the slightest bit, there it is. Was there any movement there? No, it's just pure pressure. And I have a very soft piece of rubber in there. So unlike the stock G29 brake pedal, I can actually push it to the floor. Now, holding it there, you have to be pretty close. You have to be in your racing position with your legs right over the pedal, and you can easily push it in all the way. There it is, red light. Red light means that's maximum brake. In-game, with iRacing, what I experience is nothing. There is about 10%, a little more, 25, 50, and 75% on the actual pedal is about 100% in the game, or 80, 90%. And if you push it all the way to red, then that's 100%. So it's not completely accurate for iRacing anyway. But it is just worlds beyond what the stock G29 brake pedal feels like. You'll notice I also have the logo, as I started the video, on my steering wheel. And that is because I have the magnetic shifters, which don't really do anything. They're literally just, I don't know if we can even see them here. It's just this 3D printed piece of plastic here behind the wheel with a magnet on it. And what it does is it just pulls that little stainless steel flimsy piece back so that when you pull on the shifters, it feels like you're pulling on a real paddle shifter. I mean, it's firm, it's distinct. You're not going to click that and think, oh, I don't know, did I get it all the way? Yeah, you did. You hear it, you feel it. It takes about half a pound of pressure. Really, really good system there, and that's only $13. The pedals are, I think, 90 or 100. And let me crawl down here and show you this box a little closer. So this is the new version. And like I said, it's got that LED in there. So as soon as it starts to receive input from the pressure sensor, it turns green. You push it. Full brake pedal. Oh, God, that's hard to do with your hand. Oh, no, it did come on. It's hard to see in the camera. But when it starts to turn kind of oranges there, right there, that's full brake pressure. Really hard to do with your hand, actually. And one thing they don't tell you in the installation process, let me zoom this out to have a 0.5 view. Oh, and now it's dark. Okay, let's go back to normal camera. What they don't tell you, listen to this. So it's very squeaky. If when you take it apart, you'll realize that the original pedals are greased, and I have them somewhere, hopefully nearby. Yeah, right here. Okay. So, yeah, so not super easy to tell. Let's see if we can get it in some good light here. Yeah, so you can see in some light there is grease on these. This would be the piston that pushes the potentiometer for the original pedals. And it's, it's not the easiest thing to see, but there was some grease there, and I did kind of wipe most of it off when I dismantled it. But, there's obviously something there, right? Especially towards the top, right there in that light, you can kind of see it. These pedals do not have grease on them for the pistons or the slides, and it does not tell you to add it. Now, I didn't because it didn't tell me to, and so that's why you get that squeaking noise. It's not bad, honestly. I mean, obviously, when you have your headset on, and I have the game audio coming through the speakers and the chat coming through the headset, as well as crew chief and stuff for my spotter, you don't really notice it. And sometimes it does stay on, or at least it reads it as on, but the game doesn't. So don't worry if the light stays on a little bit when you let off the gas or the brake. Slowly, it'll stay on, but it won't actually be registering anything. It's just whatever. This is a small company, a homemade product, pretty much. So just be wary of that. And it does come with the progressive spring as well, which means it's really easy to push in at first, and then the harder you go, more, and it gets tighter, right? So that's how those work. And I would definitely recommend, although it is a 3D printed part, try to add. I mean, I don't feel like taking this shit apart again. Maybe if it starts to stick or if it starts to become a little tight, I'll take it apart again. But I definitely recommend add some dielectric grease or something like that to the sides of the piston. Just so you don't get that squeaking noise. And when you push the pedal in, you don't feel it. There's no feedback or anything. It's not pushing back at you. It's not slowing you down. It just sounds gross. So that's all I have to say about the load cell mod. This isn't an installation video, obviously. It's just kind of a review. And pardon the fucking rat's nest under my desk. From where I'm sitting, this is head level. You don't really see it. Well, okay. Well, whatever. You know what? This is my desk. I own it. Fuck out of here. But no. So that's it. Next, I'll probably be doing a Newton meter upgrade to the Logitech G29 steering wheel, which will give it a little bit more power. The easiest thing you can do is upgrade the power bank, the actual brick over there for the power. And that gives you about one more, or I think half a Newton meter. But you can also grind off the gears to the two, one on each side here, where these vents are, the electric motors, one here, and you can add, or rather replace them with a RC car motor, because that's basically what they use already. Well, they do. They use RC car motors. You can find these same motors in RC cars, but slow RC cars. You can put bigger RC car motors in here that will give you a combined, I believe, 7.5 to 8 Newton meters. And if you combine that with a larger power supply, you can see yourself getting about 9 to 10 Newton meters, which is all you need for sim racing, because race cars do not provide that much feedback, really. I mean, drift cars do if you're doing that, but for iRacing and stuff, you really don't need anything stronger than that. So that concludes this video. I'm gonna wait until my Gen 4 race at Miami Homestead opens up, and I'll see you guys later.